So this is one of the outside rehabilitation hutches that we use for the hedgehogs when they're in our care. And they're normally in this during the spring, summer, autumn months for at least a few days, but sometimes it can be up to a month, 6 weeks or so. And these hutches have all been donated to us or have been made by groups of children, and also some of them have been refurbished because they were donated to us and slightly modified, so they're nice homes for the hedgehogs. Now there's some tasks that we do every day. One of them is cleaning out the bedding. The bedding is hay, so we use hay for the bedding, but actually you can use straw, hay. I mean, sometimes we can use wood chippings as well on the base, but hay is really nice for them because they can drag that into the little nest box back there. Let's open this up. They can drag all this hay, and they use their mouth. They grab it with their mouth, and then they drag that into the nesting box, which is this nest box here, and they make a nice, comfortable, very well insulated nest. In the wild, of course, they would be looking for holes or under your sheds, or maybe under some leaves or a compost heap, and they'd make a little burrow hole, and then they drag leaves or dried grass or anything they can find for insulation, and they'd make a nest inside the garden or maybe a hedge. So one of the things we do, we clean out the hay, which I have done. We also fill up water bowls every day, so there's a water bowl there. Clean it up. Sometimes they like to poo in the water bowl. Actually, more often than not, they like to poo in the water bowl. But so we clean the bowls out, and then we replenish the food in there as well. We feed them every day, normally in the evening times, but I'm going to do this now. Actually, we can actually do this right now. Let me open up this pot. So we feed them jelly-based dog or cat food, so any of the jelly-based stuff. Most of the time, the meat itself are quite small, but in these particular ones, they're quite chunky, which is fine. They'll munch through that. But yes, so they like this. So let's give them some of that. And normally, this particular hedgehog likes to eat quite a lot, so I normally fill it up like so. And there we go. And then that's the kind of daily task that we have for the hedgehog, and then we do this for every single hedgehog we have in rehabilitation. So there's a lot of them that are in pens like this now because they're coming out of hibernation, and then we have a few inside still in the heated areas as well. So there we go. Let's just close this up with a little latch. And also we do weigh the hedgehogs as well. There we go. Right, another daily task is actually cleaning the food bowls and water bowls, and we have lots of them. Most of the time we're using small bowls. This one's a bit too high, really. It's okay for the larger hedgehogs, but these are a bit too high, these ones. So each one has a food bowl and a water bowl. We tend to use these shallow bowls for the water, and then of course we clean the bowls that are dirty, and we clean them in water, and also we use special tablets called Milton tablets that make sure that there's no other bacteria or bugs in them. It kills the little bugs that can pass on to other hedgehogs. And then we have all the waste. So when there's food, when we feed the hedgehog, there's waste, we put that into a bin there. So we have a few areas for the hedgehogs. All right, Fern. These are outside rehabilitation hutches, and there's lots of them. I think we've got 35 or 40 or so. These ones all over here are empty. We've only just started using these again because the hedgehogs are coming out of hibernation. And then those ones over there are all full. And then there's a little area around here where there's some ponds, and also some more gardens at the back there. And then we also have a hedgehog, well, a bug house, a bug hotel, and the idea of this is little bugs congregate in here, which then provides food for wildlife, sometimes hedgehogs too, but mainly birds actually. And then just here, this is our Hogs Hospital, so that is where the more intensive care hedgehogs are looked after. And there's heating in there, lights, little incubators. And then we have a few gardens, and these are hedgehog gardens. So these are gardens for some of the permanently homed hedgehogs at the sanctuary, which are blind. This is one of them. So there we go. It's quite a large garden, goes all the way, well, it's all the way down the end there. It's a hedgehog wildlife garden. And we tend not to cut the grass in here. Sometimes I'll cut a path in here, but we tend to leave the grass to grow. It provides areas for the hedgehogs to burrow in and hide away, and also for dragging and nesting material. And then we use these gardens as well, and there's another one at the back over there. We use these gardens as well for making sure when the hedgehog is released, to make sure that the hedgehog is doing the things that hedgehogs should do, which is foraging for food and making nests. And as long as they're doing those two things, then they should be good to be released back into the wild. So yeah, there we go.